Hey everyone, it's Jeannie, and today I am back to share this slimline card with you featuring Ink on 3's Lovebird stamp set. It is a smaller stamp set with these little birds, and they have the solid images which you can use to quickly color them up, but I am doing some coloring in an even easier way, which is just stamping the images using Ink on 3's Juicy Ink and heat embossing with Artic White embossing powder. I am going to be using the heat emboss resist technique to color up these birds really quickly. I stamped both of them. They are facing each other or facing away from each other, whichever you choose. And I'll be stamping these two out 4 times, so I have a total of 8 birds. Since I wanted to do a quick card, I am just ink blending up these little birds. I am using the colors from the Atelier Ink line. I am using all the colorful colors except for the brown and the black. That was perfect because I have 8 different birds and I wanted to include them all on this card. I am so happy to do a rainbow anything color card because I usually tend to do that when I don't feel like coloring. When I ink blend, it ends up always being rainbow for some reason. These inks make it easy. They blend so nicely on a Bristol Smooth cardstock, which is the cardstock I am using for today's card. For all the images, I do take a microfiber cloth just to wipe off any excess ink that might be sitting on top of the embossing powder so I don't smudge it anywhere else. Once I do that, I go ahead and fussy cut out the birds, and it's just really easy because the birds are pretty a simple shape and they're easy to cut out. For my card panel, I decided to pull out the Leafy Forest stencil and I am ink blending that using Twiggy Brown. And because this stencil is pretty intricate and detailed, I am pouncing the color on instead of using a circular motion. I wasn't sure that this stencil was actually continuous and would work on a slimline card, but I went ahead and did it anyway, and thankfully I found out it was. So it works so well for a slimline card and I can fill up the entire area without missing a beat. I went a little light-handed on the left-hand side. Once I finished my right hand, I noticed the difference, so I had to go back and ink up the left-hand side to match. But that is the perfect background for these little birds. Once I put the birds on top of my background, I decided that it kind of got lost. Anytime that happens, I pull out a piece of vellum just to soften up the background so my main images will stand out. And I also decided to mat my card panel on a piece of white cardstock, so I trimmed down my card panel a little bit. For the birds themselves, I ran them through my Xyron sticker maker because I just didn't want to deal with glue, putting it on vellum. Sometimes if the glue seeps under and onto the vellum, into the visible areas, it just leaves a mark and I just don't love it. Vellum and adhesive, especially liquid adhesive, just don't play very nice because you can see it and it's just not something that I really like to do, so I just didn't want to risk it. I just threw it through my Xyron sticker maker and made all these little bird stickers. So I'll be adhering the birds on the vellum and then putting the vellum on the card panel. I will also be putting double-sided adhesive on the bird bodies on the back so it would actually adhere to the card panel just so everything is nice and secure. I hope everyone had a really good holiday and a happy new year. I am starting this year off with a little bit of a change. I did an intro, I created a new outro. I just wanted to change things up. I haven't changed things up since I started my YouTube channel, so I decided that it was time for a refresh. I spent way too much time creating it and I don't think I ever want to do it again. So hopefully this intro and outro kind of stay for a little bit of time. If you've been following me recently, you'll notice that I've been uploading shorts, which are just sort of condensed versions of card making tutorials, and they're usually under a minute. So it just is a quick playthrough because sometimes I watch tutorials and I just know how the card is made. I just enjoy the person who is chatting, or I just kind of enjoy their techniques, but sometimes it's just longer videos aren't super necessary. And I think that this one could have easily been a short as well, but I did want to create a longer video too because I don't want to just do shorts and no longer YouTube videos. But I do want to be aware of the videos that I am spending more time editing and putting up. I think I want to return back to my roots to do interactive cards and cards that like you just won't know by looking at them. And I also want to use different card companies instead of the usual ones that are my go-to. So I have a full list of all these different companies that I want to create cards cards with and share with you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy the bit of a change. I've also added some planner videos to my YouTube channel as well, which is a little different, but it incorporates card making supplies, so hopefully you guys will find that useful as well. So just to finish off this card, I found a bag of sequins. They're iridescent sequins, just to kind of add a little bling to the card. They kind of look like Trinity stamp soapy bubbles, but they have different sizes, which isn't exactly the same. So I think I got this in the freebie, but anything works. I'll link the Trinity ones that are similar down below as well. I hope you enjoyed this card, and I will see you guys next time with another video. Bye!